Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show y'all how I made this guitar melodic type beat. The type of music, kind of like Shordie Shordie, NoCap, those type of artists that like the melodic guitar type beats with still an upbeat tempo. So first I started out with this guitar sample that I played out, just a simple 8-bar loop. 167 BPM. It's actually like a 4-bar loop, but at the end I added that little, like that. Yeah, I've been playing guitar for about almost 16 years now. Yep, so first I started out with that guitar sample like that, and then I built in some sub bass. This is from Analog Lab. Let me see here exactly what it's called. It's a pretty good sub bass. It's just called the Dub Sub on Analog Lab 5. Dub Sub. So I just put in some simple sub bass on the root notes, F sharp, A, D. And I'm going to show you all how I figured out the root notes and how you can figure out the root notes to pretty much any sample, and you can get it on key with the sample. So say if you get a loop from somebody, you get a sample, you just double click it here, double click it right here in this little box right here. You want to right click that, edit in audio editor right here, and then it's going to pull up Edison, and you want to click this little flag icon right here, and you want to flag icon, then you want to go to detect pitch regions, click that, and then you want to scroll over on here on this right, grab that bar, scroll over so you can make it smaller so you can see. So as you can see, if you play the sample, it starts on F sharp. So right away, that's the note that you need to put the root note on. The first note, that is. So F sharp, you can see here that it changes right there. The note changes, the overall chord changes right there. So that you gotta kind of pay attention and find the transition. So it's F sharp, A, D. F sharp, A, D. Right there. So if it's F sharp, A, and D, that is the notes that you have to put the bass on for it to be in key. As long as you're using a VST instrument sub or bass, like one from Analog Lab, Omnisphere, Nexus, any other VST, it'll be on key. But if you're using an 808, and I'll show you how to put that in key once I get to the 808 section of the beat. But yep, so if I added the sub bass on there, sounds pretty dope. Just a simple vibe. Let me turn that on. And then I added some piano. This is just the sample of the piano because I made the actual piano loop, and then I rendered it as an audio file. Added that piano in there. And again, these chords, this chord progression is following that F sharp chord, the A, and the C chord. So it's all in key with the whatever your main sample, whatever you're working from. That's what that sounds like together. Keep on forgetting to turn that on. And then for the verse, that's the chorus section where I have that upbeat piano right there. That's the chorus right there. But on the verse, so I'll show you all the chords. These are the chords. So this is that F sharp chord. I believe it was the F sharp minor or major. F sharp chord, A, and D. So it goes F sharp, A, D. I don't even remember how I built these chords out. I just kept on finding the notes that fit right. I know there's a lot of tutorials online that show you guys how to, click it in and find the exact notes. I just try my best on, with all the music theory knowledge that I have to figure out which notes are which. So this is what I built up from that. But I will definitely make another tutorial on how I built these exact chords. Alright, so those are the piano chords right there. So let's get to the drums. First, obviously, start with the snare. I always like to start with just putting snares and hi-hats down. Just a simple rhythmic timing. This is where you always want to place the snare right in the middle of 1 and 2, right in the middle of 2 and 3, right there. It'll always be in these placements. Between the 1 and 2 right here, this one. Between the 2 and 3, place that. Between the 3 and 4, place that, and so on. And I just added in extra small little rhythm snares. And another good thing to note for rhythm snares is as long as this is on, let's see here, at least 1/4 beat here. So that's just like a 16th note. That's just like classic hip hop timing stuff. So with the rhythmic snares, so you want to count 1, 2. So you see these two little cubes, 1, 2. So you want to place that on the second one right there, or right past the second cube, and that's that nice little trap snare feel, rhythm feel that you hear in a lot of music. See, all these are just following that 1, 2 place, 1, 2 place, 1, 2 place. So those are the snares. Nice little trap sounding snare, high pitched snare. These kits are fire, the BWB kits. So yep, those are the snares. So let's start with the hi-hats. Of course, I started with a simple 2-step hi-hat. So I would go here, you right click on your hi-hat and you click to fill each 2 steps. I'm not going to do it right now because that'll just erase what I already have. So yep, I started off with that. I always pretty much start off with that, and it just takes creates a general rhythm. These are the hi-hats that I created. Just gotta get creative with it, Just very simple. Very simple, but it works. The way I put in these hi-hats, this timing I like to use a lot is 1/3 beat, and I press so you got to change this little grid thing, this little magnet green thing right here. Click that, go to 1/3 beat. That'll just create, I believe it's a have it right. I have it written down. I had it written down the exact musical note length or whatever you call it in music. I had it written down. I forget what it was. But yep, 1/3 beat. That creates that rhythm right there. It's pretty fire. And the way I painted it in was I just used this paint tool right here. So click that, and then you can just draw it in like this. Oh wait, let me go like that. Just like that. But I just made it smaller like this. And the way you can do that is you hold it, you zoom in, hold Option, scroll, just slide your mouse up and down, or to the left or right, and it makes it smaller. And you can just go like that, and the next time you put it, it'll be the same size like that. So that's how I did that. That's how that's how you can create little rolls. Pretty cool. And right there, I just added in just a extra little layered hi-hat, so it gives it that little lower pitch right there. And all these other hi-hats are just what I made when I did the 2-step. When I showed you how to do this, fill each 2-step, that is just that rhythm, and I just deleted some hi-hats out of there. So I deleted these once after I placed those. Deleted some of these just to give it a little extra rhythm. So before it sounded like this. Oh, sorry. But now it's hard to really tell the difference, but once you're feeling the beat of the song, it all comes together, and you can really feel the difference. When the hi-hats are out, or like the different hi-hat rolls, you can definitely feel the difference. So all I did for that was just copy and paste. Once I created this section, all you do, well, I don't want to delete that. So all you do is, so say if I didn't have that already there, I would just copy and paste that. So press this tool here, hold right click, drag, and then I have Mac. I think on Windows it's control, but it's control or command C, and then you want to click, you want to press control command B, and then it copies the same exact thing over that you had at the 4 bars right there. So now it's an 8-bar loop instead of 4-bar loop. So yep, and then I just added in this one little extra hi-hat roll at the end, and I believe that note length was 1/2 step, which is, I haven't written down here the actual musical note terms because I haven't always used FL Studios. I used to use a different software that had the actual note timing names, but this is actually 30-second notes. So, but in FL Studios it's 1/2 step. So that's what I use for this hi-hat roll timing here. And then the same exact thing how I showed you guys with the other one. You just take this painter tool and you just drag and hold and drag, and you just create the rolls like that. That's fire. Okay, so that's the hi-hats. Let's take in the clap here. So I actually started with the clap actually, and then I added those snares. So just basic. Another fire clap from BWB Wave Kits, the Wave Kit 9 right here. Super fire kit. Yep. Exactly where it should be, right here, right in between the 1 and 2. Added those claps right there. Added a open hi-hat right here on the 1, and then one for an extra rhythm, and on the 3 you guys can hear this. So it's very important to place your open hats on the 1, I would say, most of the time. Depends on the beat really, but that's what I like to do most of the time. And then a lot of the music that I listen to, the beats are like that. So you can see that rhythm I placed in there, and this and how I did that was just making sure it's on 1/4 beat, which is just the regular 1/16 timing here. And I went inside of the piano roll of it. A lot of people use doesn't let me show it, these little cubes right here. I use those as well, but I already made this beat, so I'm just showing you guys in the piano roll, because doing it in the piano roll is it's fast too. So the way you get in the piano roll as well is you right click your sound. So you would have your sound here, you would click and drag the sound in. See, just like that. I'm going to delete that because I'm not going to use it. Beat's already done. So you gotta click and drag that. Right click, you want to make sure this piano roll right here is checked. And then whenever you click this piano icon right here with the stepping stair right there, you'll go inside the one that the piano roll is checked at. So you want to hit the open hat on the 1, begin the rhythm. So right there is just, you just, I guess that's just a rhythm. There's different parts of on the grid where you'll place it and it just sounds good. See, like that is one as well. A lot of them are, I guess I can show you, I guess this is 4 cubes away from the next bar. And then this one will sound good. That's 2 away from the second bar. It's just, basic rhythm. You just gotta feel it. Just picture. I can place one right here too. Even place it right here. You can go crazy and place that many if I want to. Just gotta feel the rhythm, stuff like that. I might even keep that in there. Let's keep it in there just for fun. So yep, just picture where you want the hat to be. It always sounds really good on the 1. You can count the 2 cubes right here. You can count that just like on the snares, like I showed you. Right here, 1 2, place that. 1 2, place that. These sound good. I guess you can use this as a little trick too. 1 2 3 4 cubes away from the next one sounds good too. And then it's just on the 1. So it's very simple how to place open hats and how to make them sound good. So next we're gonna go to the other open hat that I have on here. So I just use this classic open hat. Where is it at? I really, really love this open hat that I've always used. It's out of the official BWB official Pro Mix Kit V1. It's in the Open Hats Mix 1 folder. It's number 7. It's just like such a spacey, nice open hat that I've always used for years. It just fits so many beats. And I like to layer it on top of a shorter and faster open hi-hat, like that one, like the one I just showed you. Hear that? Okay. Oh, not at the 808 yet. Yep. Just layer that on top. Simple rhythm. Place on the 1, 2 before that, or no, it's actually 4 if you zoom in. Place that right there. That's the kick. I'll show you guys how I did the kick, but first let's get into the 808. So what I did there, just to highlight, just to loop this part to show you guys, just click that there, the little box thing, and you just right click and scroll over. So that's how you loop a small little section as well. For y'all beginner guys, they're just starting out in FL Studios, you just right click and drag so you can loop whatever section you want to loop. So next I'll show you guys how I did the 808. So yeah, and the way I figured out that key as well, or that how to get the sample in key, is you always want to start out doing it this way. So once you drag in your 808 here and you get it, in the channel rack here, you want to click into it, and then you want to You want to right click this, edit in audio editor. Detect says C. This is the note that you want it to be on. So these 808s pretty much always come tuned to C. But if yours doesn't say C, once you open it in Edison, how I just showed you, and you click detect pitch regions, and you scroll down, you see what note it is. If it doesn't say C, then you want to go here. You want to go over to this wrench tool right here, and you want to right click the note. You don't want to left click. That doesn't do anything. It just plays the note. But say if that said a E, I would right click and find E and place that on E. So then whenever I go inside the piano roll and I try to play a note, like this says F sharp, that means that it's actually going to play the F sharp note. Unless the 808 is like a super manipulated sample, this doesn't sound right at all. But so yeah, I'm gonna put this back to C because mine's already on C. And then with this, with the envelope, with your 808s, you always want to make a box with it. So it's gonna start off something kind of like that, like when you first put it in there. Any 808 will kind of like that. And then so what you want to do is just pull down everything except the hold. Have hold 100%. So that means that however long you hold your 808 down, it stops. So you have full control over the 808. So you can be like, if you wanted to. So yeah, that's definitely what you want to do every time. Another big 808 key is you want to click cut itself here. You want to click that once, and that means that whenever you play an 808, it doesn't run into each other. The sound doesn't keep going. It just stops the next time that you press that note. So that's what that does. Alrighty, so that's how you get your 808s in tune, cut itself, make this a box, have that on hold so you're full control over them. And then as far as the notes, all it is just following the progression again. You know how I showed you guys, you double click the sample, right click, edit in audio editor, flag thing, detect pick regions. You see that you can play it again, but you see how it starts on F sharp, goes to A, and then it goes to D. So you go to your 808, you go on F sharp, you go on F sharp. So say if it was just like this. So say if I just started the 808s, I would place it on F sharp, and I would place it on A. So, but then you can just figure out a rhythm from here. Once you put in your note and you have the one note there, you can delete it. You can, make different notes, different sizes or after it, and you can figure out a rhythm that you like. And I figured out this rhythm. Right here. Let me get it on. And the way I did that, how you saw me move this real quick, so I hold option. I don't know what it is on Windows. I think it might be option as well. But in order to get the note, to move it wherever size you want it, really, is you hold option. That's what it is on Mac. And then you click and you just drag where you want to put it. So that's how I did that real quick if you wanted to know. That rhythm was the same thing I did there. So you see here how this is how you can know how to do it too. So this is 4 cubes away. This is 1 2 away from this solid line. So you know to place it right there. 1 2. hold Option, move that over. You can move that over too. Actually, I like the spacing like that. I like that. But in order to get it exactly the same every time, like you didn't have to do it how I just did it. I could just copy that, delete this, highlight, Command X, and then place it right here at the start, this thing, and then Command V, and it'll paste what I just copied. So yep, all it is just following the progression, you know, figuring out different rhythms that you could like to put down. At the end, I put a little note that is not in the progression, but it's still in the scale, you know, just to mix it up a bit because it matches the guitar and the piano melody in the back. So you can do that too. You can definitely go out of the progression a little bit. But don't start. You always want to make sure the root notes of the progression are always being followed. Don't start. So say if the root note was F sharp, don't start it on, you know, what the melody is saying or the melody sounds like. So don't start it on like that E, just because the melody starts on that note. Don't do that because it's gonna sound off. You want to have the root notes be hitting the same notes as the bass every time. So that's the 808. Oh, sorry. And then I put in the kick on top of that. I can show you guys how I did the kick. Let me highlight that section. Pretty much put these kicks right where the 808 are. Sometimes I pretty much follow the 808. But I didn't put it on every 808 hit. As you can see, there's some 808 hits you can hear that don't have the kick on it. Phone just fell out of my pocket. To help you out is to create a kick pattern. If you want, you can copy and paste this. So you copy, highlight, right click, highlight, Command C. You go over to the kicks, highlight, and then you would click Command V, and then that puts your kick right on top where the 808 is, but you probably want to highlight these notes, shift, down arrow, make sure the notes are all lined up, and once you get them all lined up together, you can, I'll just show you how to do that. So you just highlight, shift, up, like that, get them all lined up, like that, and then, so that's the hit. If you leave it like that, the kick will be hitting exactly the same hits as the 808, which you don't want to the whole time. You know, you definitely want to create your own rhythm with the kicks. You definitely don't want to stick right with the 808. It'll sound too punchy every single time. In my opinion, you definitely want to create your own rhythm. So yep, you can start like that, and you can start changing things. As you can see, look, the kicks that I put are lining up with this note. I skipped this one. These are the kicks that I had right here. I skipped this one, that one, that one. Even did this one 3 in a row. That one, that one, that one. Skip that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and I skipped these two. So that's how I made my kick pattern. I didn't do that copy and paste thing, but for beginners, you could definitely do this and then just delete some notes to see what sounds good. I'm gonna delete it for now. So that's how you could do it. And what I need to do is, I even forgot to do it right when I made the beat. So you definitely see it, that, you know, it's still a kick drum. It still sounds low. It sounds like a nice kick, but you want to click highlight all the notes, shift and down, and you want to definitely find a lower note. Yep, so that's how I did the kicks right there. So everything sounds pretty sick together. That's the verse section. Let me go back here to the chorus. Let's start from the beginning.
Chris, you don't ever miss.
Filtered the guitar on the verse. As you can see here, this love filter. So the way I did that is I have the guitar in the mixer on 1, but I have it rigged over here. So the way I rigged that is you click whatever your sample's on, you right click a channel, you click to route to this track only. So I have it routed to this track, so that means that I can have all these here without it crowding this one. And I can also click Command Shift and then highlight these, whatever melody tracks you have, and then right click a one, and then you go to route to this track only. That routes it to one track. So if you have multiple instrument tracks, you can route it to one, and then you can put an EQ and it affects all the tracks that are routed on there. So I have an EQ on that, took out the low end like this, take out that low end. I have guitar rig on here, so that's what makes it sound, the guitar sound crazy. And then I have the Fruity Love filters. This is the filter that I put on there, just a regular low pass filter like that. You can see that. And the way I made this automation clip was you just right click it. Oh no, I'm sorry. You right click the filter, right click that, and you go to create automation clip, and then right when you click that, it'll create this whole blue section right here, and you can drag it out, manipulate it, do stuff to it like that. And then I just added in this sweep here. You can see here, you can play around and create the sweeps like that. You can edit it with these drags, and you can create different dots and drag and move the filter around. And wherever this the white is showing, where it's filled in, that means that's gonna activate the filter. It's gonna activate anything. So I could have made an automation clip with the EQ too, create automation clip, and I do that most of the time on my beats too in the beginning. And I haven't done it, so I'll show you guys how to do that. So you right click the EQ, create automation clip. And the reason why I want to do this is because right now I have the EQ filtering out all of the low end. See, all the low end being filtered out. But if you have this up, that means that it's working. But once I put it down, it lets all the low end in because it's turning this off. You see how that's off? The bars all the way down. It's not a white circle anymore. So that means that it's off. So have it on. So I have it off here, but I want to have it on right here where it hits. So I want to drag these lines, create a line right here, make sure that it activates right here.
You don't ever miss.
So that's gonna sound sick because it's letting that low end in, and then right when it gets here, it takes the low end out of the guitar. It takes the low end out of the melody tracks, So like the guitar and the piano I have here. So let me put that on 1 actually. No, let me take that off because that was just a sample I just dragged in here. I can just leave it like that. So now the EQ is activating right when it gets to here. Excuse me. So, yep. And I can have the low end come in right here too, if I wanted to, on the outro. So the outro has low end in the melody of the guitar melody. Yep, so that's how I made the beat. Melodic type beats, you know, I'm gonna be doing a lot of more tutorials coming here soon, guys. You know, be looking out for a lot of new tutorials, a lot new, you know, a lot of sauce in FL or just making beats in general. You know, I'll be putting out videos consistently. So yep, I'll see you guys in the next video. You know, I appreciate if you guys leave a subscribe, like to the channel. I mean, like the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone for watching. I know it's a long tutorial, but thank you a lot for watching. My name's Chris. From Maryland. I go by ChrisDontMiss. That's my production name. I'll have all my links to all my information in the description. Thank you. Bye.